What's the word? What's the word, baby? We back once again. I am DJ Block. I got my brother from another Would-Be Man, DJ On. Very special guest in the building. You can see who it is, huh? Shout out, Preach, man. You already know what time it is, baby. Let's go. You already know, man. We live 360, man. I appreciate you coming out. Man, it's much love. I had the opportunity of being able to, you know what I'm saying, witness your showcase over at the Zeus Fest. You know what I'm saying, we was definitely feeling that. Obviously, you've been rocking with the homie Frost Money. Shout out, salute. Yeah, man. I'm going to go ahead and give him credit for the show. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, you've been rocking the show over there. I think you actually got a show coming up as well, right?
I do. I have my last show of the year, man. It's over at Pops on the 14th. It's a Friday. So it's a toy drive. So we want everybody to come out and bring a toy. You know what I mean? We're going to put on a performance, but really it's about the children, man. Because we're going to take lightly used items and then toys, and we're going to give them to the children's hospital. So it's a, you know, it's a good thing, man. Yeah. We want to look out for everybody that we can. So wait for us artists to come together and really do something good.
Hey man, I'm all about that, man. As a matter of fact, my dude, you already know I gotta drop at least one. You know what I'm saying? Preach in the building. Man, so like, if I could take it back for the people that don't know of you, like, what made you want to start rapping? Like, what inspired you?
Man, really, it was, so my journey begins in Romania. I was born in Romania. I was 6 years old when I immigrated over, and it was really a culture shock for me. So I was 6, and, you know, being introduced to everything, to the language, to music, but it was really the music that really took a hold of me, man. It was something like I've never heard, you know, the rhythm and blues, the G-Funk era, because when I came over, that was what was dominating, you know, the Dr. Dre's, the Eazy-E's, the Bone Thugs and Harmony. So it was the music that really propelled me, and it gave me a feeling of just, you know, being thrown into something so new, but it was something like, it was like a fresh breath of air for me. So I stuck with it, man, and I really took a liking to it, and I loved the, you know, like the rhythm and stuff. So from then on, I think something happened in it, you know.
He woke up,
I woke up, the giant was woke.
Yeah, man. That's excellent, man. So, like, along this journey, of course, like, who would you say, or if you could, give me your top 5, no particular order.
That's so hard. Man, first and foremost, one of my biggest influences as a group-wise, Bone Thugs and Harmony. They were just so crucial to hip-hop, and they were just something so fresh. You know, they're from the Midwest. Everybody thought they were from the West Coast because they were rocking the khakis, the fros, but it was something so different because you had the East Coast sound, you had the West Coast sound, which was dominating everything at the time. And then Bone came along and was like, whoa. They were like the Temptations, the modern-day Temptations with the harmony.
Of that era,
So yeah, I love Bone. I rock with Bone. You know, Pac for sure. His essence and just, Pac is definitely top 5. I like another artist by the name of Tech-9, who I've had a chance to work with. Tech-9 is one of my mentors, man, alongside. We actually worked on a song called Far Out, which was on his Gates mix plate, so that was my first placement. You know what I mean? We did some numbers with that. And I would definitely say DMX. DMX is another favorite artist of mine, man. Nas, because Nas was so elegant. He was just what you call, you know, he was just educated thugging. You know what I mean? I always liked his whole demeanor, his get down. He was like a gentleman and a gangster. But I would say definitely, man, I would say DMX, you know, Bone Thugs and Harmony, along, you know, groups like 3 6 Mafia were influential. Artists like Twister, you know, I like the double time rap. But I love everybody. Southern artists, man, I like Outkast. Just everybody from the West Coast, man. I grew up on everything. I remember artists like the Dove Shack and you know, artists. You know, I remember one thing, like you said, Block. You asked me what was one of the things that really threw me into it. And I wanted to mention. You guys remember the Box, Channel 50?
What?
Oh, Box, right? So the Box, there was a local channel, and you could call up and request
songs,
videos.
Bro.
And I swear, I want to take credit and making Thuggish Ruggish Bone the #1 video in 1994, because I probably called up at least 200 times. Yeah, man. So that was very influential to me, you know, because everybody had music on there. Not just rap music, it was alternative music, the grunge. So everybody had a platform back then, man. So that was really, really crucial to me. Yeah,
boom, man. That's amazing, bro. Wow, man. Man, took it back the box.
The box, baby. Man, the box.
The late nights. The late nights.
Right.
The late nights.
Hey, you know what? I had one of them old little radio/TV boxes, you know what I'm saying? And you had to dial in on a certain, you know what I'm saying?
Mess with the antenna every
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Get that right signal.
Right.
So I'm right there with you, big dog. Hey. That's what's up, man.
True story.
So, I mean, you already stated, I mean, you dropped the jewel, of course, you got to rock with Tech 9, one of your top 5, one of your greats.
Wow.
Elaborate a little bit more on that, like how that process was, like y'all was in the studio, like how did
definitely.
that feel,
So
bro?
that was really cool, man. It was a good process. You know, Tech used to come do a lot of shows in St. Louis. He's still doing shows. He's on tour right now. That man made his money touring. Number one independent. Shout out. Number one independent from Kansas City, the backyard. You know what I mean? So the way we hooked up, I met him at a show, and this was like when I was about 18 years old, and I approached him and I rapped for him. You know, I was like, Tech, you mind if I, you know, he was standing there with his manager, and I said, Tech, you mind if I, first of all, introduce myself, man. I say, you're such an inspiration. I'd love to kick you at 16. And he was like, you know, Tech being cool as Tech is, I could see his face just lighten up. But when I kicked him that 16, he was just smiles from ear to ear. He handed me his card. So we kept in touch. He kept coming through St. Louis. He'd be like, Preach, what's up? He knew who I was. So I'm like, man, he really messes with me, you know?
Yeah.
So then a few years later, I want to say about 4 years down the line, he was working on an album and he was touring in Canada. So he called me from Canada. And he was like, hey, man, I got this song called Far Out. You know, he was like, I got the hook, but I'm not doing a hook. Stevie Stone is doing a hook. Shout out to Stevie Stone. He represents Columbia, Missouri / St. Louis. Shout out to Stevie. So he jumped on the song with us, and man, it was history. So he sent me the instrumental over, and I knocked it out in like a day. I called my engineer and said, bro, get up right now. Shout out to Matt Sawicki, my guy. Shout out to Matt Sawicki. I've been working with him for 15 years, man. I think I was like his first rap client. He's a wonderful engineer, man. We've been rocking for 15 years easily. If you're down in St. Louis, go see him at Suburban Pro Studios, man, or down on Jefferson, him and Carter. They'll take care of you, man. So we made it happen. In a nutshell, we made it happen. I sent it over to him. He said, preach. But he said, I want you to do me one thing. Can I curse? He said, man, I want you to shit. I want you to shit. I said, Tech, say no more. Put me in, coach. He said, I summon you, young. And I said, let's go. Go time. Go time.
There you go.
Go time.
There you go. I summon you. Oh man!
I summoned you. I said, man, let's go. And what a dream! I mean, I didn't even really. It didn't even really dawn on me what happened. Like this, here he is reaching out to me. He could have reached out to anybody. You know what I'm saying? He could have reached out to Quan. He could have reached out. You know, shout out to them guys because they were the forefront of St. Louis music. But he chose to reach out to me, man. Nobody, you know, and that's crazy. I'm still one of the only guys in St. Louis to ever work with Tech. You know what I mean? So I think about that. Sometimes when you know when the getting gets rough, and I'm like, you got to remember, man, we you know,
look how far you came,
look how, you know, and guys like that to solidify and to not a cosign, because we don't need a cosign. We'll let the music speak for itself. But to have somebody like that say, you know what, man, I see something in you and I believe in you, that's huge, man. So I tip my hat off. You know, like I'm very grateful for that opportunity, man.
Man. So okay, with that being said, go. You had a question? Go ahead, Juan.
Man.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Look,
I said, don't worry, Preach is doing all the talking.
Yeah.
I'm just blown.
With that being said, is there anyone else in the industry that you would like to work with that you haven't got the opportunity to do so?
Man, there's so many artists I'd love to work with, and none really jump out in my brain right now. And when they do jump out just right now, of course, in a moment. But one artist I would really like to work with, man, believe it or not, is A$AP Ferg. I'm a big A$AP Mob fan. I like Ferg. I like his whole get down. I respect his father was deep into the fashion. So, you know, I like the fashion, man. You know, I represent the New Balance.
I see you, fam.
You know, I like the New
you.
Balance. So, you know, I'm with the fashion stuff, man. So I like Ferg. I love to work with Ferg, man. There's a lot of artists, believe it or not, man. Who am I really listening to right now? Of course, you know, guys like Drake, you know, he's just a talented guy, man. I'm just a fan all around. I'm a fan of some of the young guys, man. You know, I feel like there's a platform for everybody, and I feel like we don't really give artists a chance these days. We're so used to what you know, the media's playing. It's like, one thing I like to do is actually listen and see what makes them an artist. You know, because I get it, they follow a certain formula, but I want to tap in deeper and really see like what made this guy propel to the level that he's at. So shout out to those that still, you know, give you that substance. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. So, you know, with anybody really, man. There's so many artists that come to mind. I've had a chance to work with some great producers from the area too, platinum producers. You know what I mean? Like my guy Coco, who won a Grammy for Shake Your Tail Feather. He just did that. He did 2 songs on my album, man. I worked with J.E. We just did a song with J.E. and my brother Fresco. You know, we know him as Jenna. Shout out to Fresco 618. What up, man? Shout out to everybody, man. So you know, God is good, man. We're staying grounded. Feet are under us. Forward march, baby.
You did. Get in that order. Woo, man. Okay, so. I mean, I really kind of want to jump into this record. I ain't gonna stunt. I was, you know, on the gram, like I said, I've been following you. And this particular record, man, it struck me real deep because, like I said, the vibe that it had, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the hook, the melodies. I'm really excited to get really into the message, and we're gonna let the people get a whiff as well. Yeah, I mean, let's have you introduce Dreams real quick, man.
Definitely, man. This song is called Dreamers. Produced by my brother Vino Gunner, man. We've been rocking for 15 years. Vino, I love you, bro. Shout out. Keep killing it, man. He's doing great video work. He produced the song. You know, we came with the hook, and we dropped it. It's called Dreamers, man. So to just keep dreaming and don't lose sight of what's important, man. But don't give up on your dreams. And I know it sounds so cliche, but really keep pushing because everybody has something that they're good at, and there's something for you out there, man. I sincerely believe that. Stay true to who you are. Block. That's my favorite phrase. Is stay true to you, man. In all aspects. That's what makes you you. That's what makes you unique. And keep dreaming. And don't let that flame go out, man. Don't stop rapping till the flame goes out.
Henceforth the name. Preach. That boy preaching to you. You better pay attention now. You better pay attention. Exclusive.
Dreamers just keep dreaming and doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. 'Cause troubles don't last always.
Fleet DJ gang, bitches.
Hey, don't lose. And doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. 'Cause troubles don't last always. I'm deep in thought. As I reflect, my heart is pumping, emotions intersect. So many lanes, we swerve and ride. Balance the heart, I hold inside. This life is real, I bleed the love. The hurt we do, I've seen enough. Our days are numbered, sands of time. Eternal music, my book of rhymes. I'm dreaming, I'm seeing vivid visual wonders. Interpretations lie deeper, no matter skin or color. Reserve the right to feel dignified as you take your plight. Increase the light by taking the darkness about your sight. Think about it and pray about it to make it right. Your spirit dies 1,000 times, but you still carry life. The moment that you realize G.O.D. has been within is the very moment that your life really begins. Dreamers just doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. 'Cause troubles don't last always. Dreamers just keep dreaming and doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. Troubles don't last always. I know, the troubles don't last always. I'm destined to make it to the top one day. And I know if I ever fall astray, that I can pick it back up again and just go with it, just flow with it. Cause this industry is so cold with it. So we take chances and we sacrifice. I pray the rest will unfold with it. But the fact is that I gotta live. Fans won't pause, so I gotta give. Yeah, I know I'm fucked up, but I gotta focus on the positive. Dreamers just keep dreaming on. Never let no one lead you wrong. It's really feeling the future. You can be standing and having me
yourself to a young investor. Even if you claim to be a trapaholic, brand yourself a business. For young entrepreneurs, what they call it. Me and Preach on our journey road to success, never looking back again. Yeah, sometimes we disagree, but guess what? We get back on track again. Stop balling up all your stress in one ball and just let it go. I'm speaking from experience. Keep pushing on and keep holding it, and keep dreaming, dreaming, dreaming. Dreamers just keep dreaming and doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. Cause troubles don't last always. Dreamers just keep dreaming and doing what you set forth to do. It's gonna be alright. Cause troubles don't last always.
With that lady say on times like this.
Exclusive.
Doing what you set forth to do.
We like that.
Yes, sir.
I like that. I'm ordering more. I don't know about you. Can I download today?
Absolutely can. Yes, sir.
All day, every day.
Cause troubles don't last always.
This is
One
the
more
Fleet
game.
DJs exclusive.
What she said. Huh? Man.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
The-
It's just that feeling, man.
From
It's
top to
such a-
bottom.
From top to
I'm
bottom.
talking about the production nice, the
Man,
wordplay.
just the vibe, period.
You giving us bars, you giving me truth.
Man,
You
it's so
saying truth to your
genuine.
name, you're
Right.
preaching. I'm
Right.
receiving.
Yes, man.
God is great.
Yes, man. Indeed, man. Indeed. Indeed.
Man, what was the inspiration behind this particular record?
So I would say the main inspiration behind the record is, man, we have to remember we are all human at the end of the day. We all go through it. And again, I know it sounds like something that, but it's so true, man. Our elders, we often hear this, you know what I'm saying? Be good to those around you. Remember, he hurts like you hurt, but it's so true because everybody, man, we're all from different walks of life, but we come together. And one of the strongest things that brings us together is music. You know, believe it or not, music is one of the strongest forms. So really the inspiration behind it is just as a collective, man, we got to remember we're people. We all hurt. We all go to bed. We all wake up. We all hit that clock, 9 to 5, you know what I mean? And we all have dreams. And we got to keep pursuing them. And who are we to get in anybody's path? You know what I mean? If anything, let's help one another, man. So that's really the message behind it. Don't give up on your dreams. Keep pushing, man. And there's something out there for you. Go get yours. Go get yours, man.
Yeah, I
Go
just
get
got
yours.
You know, hold on, wait, that ain't good enough.
Go get yours, man.
I ain't good.
That was a small bomb. It's
Hey,
a whole
yeah.
ass explosion.
Yeah, you see what I was trying to do. Okay. Well, yeah, I gotta hit him with the 2 wire. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I apologize. I get too excited.
No,
man.
you good.
It's a lot of sauce in the pot. You hear what I'm telling you?
Man, block.
Just don't let it drip.
You did.
Don't let it drip.
Big mama don't like that, okay? On the couch, okay? Let's talk about this other record, man. Fire, man. What's the inspiration
So
behind it?
Fire was actually produced by my guy Nardo, man. Shout out to Demolished Beats. He's out in San Antonio. He's from here, you know what I mean? He's out there working in one of the studios out there, man. He's got good credits. He's got credits with E40, a whole bunch of guys. Brother Lynch Hung, Tech. He's got credits with Tech. And the inspiration behind Fire is just bringing that raw and rugged, that preach, that peacefully respect everyone amongst continuous hate, but they know what time it is with me, man. I'm like a samurai, I'm a swordsmith on that mic. So Fire is just bringing that inner substance out of you and just no holds barred, man. We're like a black belt on a track. When it comes to this wax shit, we're just chopping blocks. You know, like I said, much love to everybody, man, but when it comes to this, when it comes to the double timing and the fire, you gotta bring it out of you. That's what it's in you for you to bring it out of you, you know? So that's what it is, man. It's fire. Nothing more, nothing less, man. We got that fire. And we want to introduce it to the world. Block, what better way, man?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you know, because I got a little bit.
Fleet DJs exclusive.
I know you gonna dig this.
Shout out to my man Snow with the turntables on this.
Body agitated. I'm your cup of tea and caffeine when you're shaking. Every little bit of energy you need to make it through your day, and I'm the stimulus that's telling you to waken. Have you ever looked into the eyes of the hungry? free. Seen a man jump into the world with no bungee. Cord on the floor when they cut him at the tummy. 2 feet under me, this world's so ugly. 2 feet under me, it's sinking in the muddy. I'm trying to make it up out of the dark into the sunny. Like to have sight, but stay away from the scummy. That's only up for the money. They wanna play me like rummy. They running up on me, thinking that it's cool and kosher. But I'ma burn his ass when I squeeze the toaster. No bot mine, not one step closer. But you are the reason my city's colder. And we can't get closer. Everybody's searching for that 4-leaf clover, but all we seem to find is a devil's shoulder. The cry on, we die on the devil's corner. We fight on at night on the streets are colder. No light on the Saigon, the bus spills over. Believe in the sea and now that I'm older, these haters are creeping and getting closer. I kick it in the gear and push the pedal to metal, refusing to settle. Living all of my life like a rebel, reaching a level of revelation. My motivation is taking my dedication and building a solid foundation. You either with me all the way or you against me. No halfway shit cause it offends me. So sit up, get up with them, let them enter. This game is fucked up and cold like winter.
You are watching a master at work.
I get the bucket and I call it y'all. Never took a break from it, no on and on. I keep it jumping from a wall to wall. I got the roof on fire like a Molotov. I kill a soul and I'm running off, but I stay calm and no signing out. Call me what you wanna call me, but call me an artist. Regardless of the lawless vision they bringing upon us. I was brought into this world around the winter solstice. I was told that I was honest, I live like Adonis. I got the envy of many men in my rear view, but it's nothing new I know from my pen view. In the venues I've been to, what temples from music to place let my spirit transcend through. Can't you see I'm whipping up this filet beyond? In studios, my kitchen through on my apron on. Follow me down this journey that it takes me on. I keep my brother close to me with no safety on. For better reason, man, I'd rather be breathing and sleeping 6 feet deep from mistaken love. I was once that guy that used to give a fuck. Now I'm telling all these cats start shaping up. It's the ways of the world and the way to get cozy. Many people singing ring around the rosy, but I feel deep down how your power chose me as I walk this land. Then I let my soul seek. Damn, it's so deep to these little bo peeps. Quit trying to scold me when you don't know me. Quit trying to claim me when you don't own me. Let me flow like a fucking nosebleed. I'm bringing you the realest, telling you to feel it. Never been a gimmick while you ain't been in my soul really killing, man. I'm handling my business while they stuck up in their feelings, man. I always been 110% when I spit it. Never ever gave them a reason to hate me, but it's the way of the world, I guess lately. Everybody in their mama went crazy. I carry a consider weapon on me for my safety. Middle fingers to like all of y'all. All the haters in the city think I'm falling off. I get the bucket and I call it y'all. Never took a break from it, no on and on. I keep it jumping from a wall to wall. I got the roof on fire like a Molotov. I kill a soul and I'm running off, but I stay clocked in, no signing off.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kaya Basis. You're live with DJ Block. Yeah.
I said stick my hand too.
Block got the drop. One time for Block with the drop.
I play too much, Danny. But it's all love, man. Man, thank you so much, bro.
Man,
like,
thank you for having me. I really sincerely want to thank you both, man. Like, this means a lot to me. You know, the DJs always reaching out because you guys are the ones that break the records. You know what I mean? The DJs are our backbone. You know what I mean? Because the whole point of us making music is to get it out to the masses. So why are we sitting on it? You know what I mean? I encourage every artist, man. We live in a modern day age where you can have a recording studio inside the house that sounds immaculate. You don't have to be in $1 million facility and get in front and they act like they got the big board from somebody back in the day who was using it in the 80s and they don't even use the board to mix. You can mix your own stuff. And guess what, man? Let me tell you one thing. To every artist, I sincerely believe this, man. It's quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Quality is everything. And we live in an age now, you gotta have quality. You know what I mean? So bring that quality, man. And do what you love. Make sure you get it right. Because one thing I learned, we're all impatient at times and we all want to do it. But make sure you can never rush greatness. Make sure you get it sounding how you want it sounding, man. And then give it to the people. Let the people have it. Because they'll tell you what they like. The people won't lie. They'll tell you what they like.
pardon me,
Yes,
sir. I
man.
just have to reach in this bag real quick. Just real quick. I just gotta get in there. I just, the power, it compels me. I gotta go up in there. Dropping jewels, man. Pay attention. Make sure you take notes, man. Press play. Download this again. Tell your friends. Share, like.
Yes,
man, give them your links, man. Tell people where can they find you.
Man, please check us out. Look. Check me out on I'm Preach STL on all social platforms. My YouTube, Preach STL. Instagram, Preach STL. my YouTube channel is Preach STL. You can see the videos there. We have beautiful videos on the channel, man. And just follow me and I'll follow you back, man. I kept it simple. Preach STL, man. You know, it's preach with the periods because it's an acronym. It's peacefully respect everyone amongst continuous hate. But I don't want to make it too long because you guys don't want to put the periods in for the search. So just search Preach STL and I'll pop up on all social media, man. I love you. I love y'all, man.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but damn it, man.
Blocks like now I see why they call you Preach.
Oh, yeah.
Speak so damn, you don't stop.
Good energy,
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate that, man.
For real, man.
Sincerely,
That's what it's
sincerely.
all about, man. Positive music. We definitely support that here, man.
Yes.
We're gonna put it in rotation.
Man, that's love.
Again, we're gonna talk about doing some more stuff.
For
We're
sure,
not done.
For sure. For sure. We're just getting warmed up, baby.
You
That's
did.
it.
That's just the beginning.
Yeah, man.
Just the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
So yes, man, folks, make sure you stay tuned in, man. Download the app. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat station. You already know what it is, you bitch. I'll see you next time. You did.